As far as I'm concerned, the Ottoman fleet serves no purpose now. I was thinking, well, maybe the Byzantine fleet serves no purpose, but no, it's the Ottoman fleet that doesn't. I've moved everybody off of Para into the main areas of the game, which I've indicated by putting them here. If I decide I want to stick people in Para for some reason, say to launch an invasion, I can do that. But I might as well try to wipe out the Byzantines. I've got kind of a nice situation where the wind speed is only 2, the direction not optimal, but not terribly bad. And I'm going to try to take them out of the boom now, coming from both directions. If I lose my fleet, hey, too bad. You know, it doesn't mean a damn thing to me now, except insofar as it could allow an invasion space. If I get rid of them, well, maybe it opens up some opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise. Maybe it opens something up where I can get some extra points down here on an assault. I don't know. I don't have a whole hell of a lot invested in this. I've just kind of moved in and started attacking. This is the end of the second impulse, and I think the Ottomans went second. I may have screwed up there, but the Byzantines really had very little option to move. Got some sail up here that I'll be able to slip around if need be, but I'm not going to be able to cover the rear of these ships very easily. Had I been out at sea, I would have suffered perhaps from the storm last turn, so it was wise that I'm not. Anyway, you've seen how combat kind of works between the navies, so I don't want to go into too much detail on it. But, you know, here this poor guy is just screwed. I don't know why he's even there. But these, we got a couple of them hitting this. That'll be at a 0 table. Here, that's just not going to work. Here we have -3. That's not going to do shit. I've got an attack here. 3 against 5, -2. Probably not. But maybe I'll get lucky and break this up. Chances are the Ottoman Navy's just going to waste, though. You can see the whole thing's become kind of a clutter of ineffective and damaged ships as we move into segment 3. I don't know how it's turning out. It doesn't look good for the Ottomans, though. They've done almost nothing to the Byzantines. Their numbers just weren't there, and they don't have the ships to do it. All the big ships are damaged. Chances are this means the bridge is going to be disrupted if the Byzantines can get through, but that doesn't matter either. The only thing that would matter is if the Byzantine fleet could be destroyed, which would give me sort of this free ability to move an invasion force, or if the invasion could be landed before the Byzantines could swing around and come in and attack it. Which again, probably I don't even really want to do, but I certainly don't want to take risks doing it. Into another segment of this. It's really kind of turning out nothing can be done. I mean, we've got some damaged ships, but when you get damaged and you get damaged again, nothing seems to happen as far as I can tell from the rules. So they just have these damage markers on them. And at the low odds tables, that's what happens. And when both sides are getting them, and the Ottomans are kind of turning their ships away to get out of there, there's very little chance of anything more decisive coming about from it. So I think we're going to end up fleeing back to port more or less and saying, well, that was interesting, but not much happened. And that's kind of the whole feeling about the naval rules is, kind of interesting, feels like there might be some options, but unless you're going to do something like risk a landing, you know, where the terrain's not so good, where you're going to suffer from one of those, I don't know. Okay, now we're moving into turn 12, or 13, which is where the assault game actually begins. To kind of cut away the fiddling around with bombardment. Forget about the navies for now. Only one breach left over here. The missing bombard. That's a big hunk of the firepower, and really hurts not to have it. Repairs weren't that great. I had 11 points, only 9 of which I managed to use after rolling on a particular level repair table. The mines are proceeding forward for however much that matters, but they got a long way to go. That's like 9 hexes. That puts me out to turn 24 before I'm going to start getting that one into play. This one's probably not too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexes. This one's awfully close. But of course, these may fail, as this one did, trying to get under the fosse or under the Partikion. And kind of don't want to wait around for them. I had a period not long ago where I was closer, had some breaches. Maybe it would have been worth making an assault. But now it's not going to get better without the Bombard, that's for sure. After pushing about 4 impulses through, turn 13's naval move, you know, the Ottoman Navy is pretty much trashed to the point that there's no way they're going to be able to dig this out. I don't think they had a chance anyway. The Byzantines have very little, if any, use in trying to destroy the Ottoman Navy. I'm going to call this the end of the naval segments in the game. They're just adding this little bit of complexity, at the very least, where I have to roll these dice and have counters on the map that aren't doing anything and cannot do anything. The Byzantines have no real reason. If the Ottomans are not going to make a naval invasion, which they're incapable of, the Byzantines don't really have a reason to take out this bridge. Once the portage has been completed and the troops have moved over to the mainland, there's not really any value anymore to the bridge. So I don't even really have to defend it. I don't have to attack it. It becomes a pointless exercise. I'm going to just pull all the naval units off the board at this point. And in order to make up for that, I've put my sailors into place here. Now that, and the leaders for them, that would... Let's see how that corresponds to the original game. Oh, we're on turn... No, we're not on turn 15 yet. Trying to see when the sailors come in. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll see it some other time. Actually, about on schedule. They were supposed to come in starting on turn 12. And they're just going to show up somewhere here along the coast, one at a time, as they debark from the ships. And then they can't move the turn they show up, and they'll move the next turn. The Bombard's going to be back in play this turn, and oh boy, do we need it. You can see wall damage has been reduced. No breaches anywhere. The digging, this has been a couple of turns that I've gone through. The digging's progressing well. I've got a danger here, which is that there's only one hex side that I can kind of cross here because of the block here and this earlier trench. The river blocks me off there. So I've got some serious problems just because of being stupid in building this one. These others are heading down fine, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it just feels like the Ottomans are kind of stymied here. Loss of the Bombard at a key moment when I was beginning to accumulate a lot of hits. Over here in turn 15, the Bombard's back. More sailors coming in. Another bad event here. I tried to stretch to get under the fosse. Another whole tunnel collapsed. This one got blocked off here, so I gotta figure out a new way through. My tunneling is just not doing the job here at all. And obviously, knocking the walls down hasn't been working either. At this point, I'm kind of regretting having taken the boats off the board, because maybe that's the only way I'll get into the city. But it's not enough points to break through, so I think I made the right decision. Also, I don't think I have the fleet to do it anymore. Even for, you know, had I not built the bridge, there would be the possibility of making the run over here for the high-risk attack. But I just don't have that capability anymore. I've lost too much of my fleet. The Byzantines could probably hunt it down. So it's okay that I've abandoned that possibility. Maybe it's not so good that I abandoned it, actually. With these sailors coming out, the Byzantine fleet is becoming more and more neutered. Of course, most of the Ottoman fleet was damaged. It couldn't carry troops anymore, so I think the threat was gone, and I think I'm okay. I think it was a mistake to attack the boom. Well, no, because then the fleet's available and can interfere. But here's why I'm starting to blow hot and cold on this. the bombard blew up again. One nice turn, some nice damage done. It almost felt like everybody took heart with the bombard going back into action again, but boom, now it's off the track. And we're back to what we had. And it's tough to blow these walls down with that. I'm beginning to feel like my best chance was back when the bombard first blew up. Gotta think, is there any chance of this? I've got 2 breaches, essentially. Remember, those get repaired if I launch an assault without me doing further damage, though. But I've really got 2 breaches, and that is it. Into the city itself. I don't know if that's in any way sufficient for the attacks. Oh, I forgot to move my sailors around. I better do that. They should have shifted up. More turns. We're at turn 18. Now, every odd turn, and I missed the first one, but I activated them anyway, we're going to be seeing new Byzantine reserves coming into play from inside the city. And again, because the boats have pretty much canceled out, there's no chance, and most of those Ottoman ships were flipped over or damaged or whatever, so they couldn't. We're going to see more and more Byzantine troops coming along the walls. That's a real problem. Just in terms of the walls were fairly weakly defended. The problem is, if you launch an assault, these all get released. So if you can't win on that first assault, you will be facing the full force of the Byzantine army in the walls on the second assault. The actual walls, actually, we missed last turn. We had some breaches, but this turn the breaches have all been repaired again. There's still wall damage, but the bombard's coming in next turn, but not this next turn that we're playing, the turn after that. So it looks, it's so far looking pretty grim on the Ottomans here. We push into turn 20 and more forces are beginning to be activated. We got the Cardinal and the Papal troops leaving up here to head for the walls. Basically trying to get the furthest back stuff into play, because that'll be the hardest to bring up once an assault starts. You can see the walls, even with the bombard. We got 2 breaches now, but nothing too impressive. A big repair number for the Byzantines. Worse, this tunnel got blocked off here. It's got nowhere to go because I've got a collapsed tunnel through here. This one still exists, but I haven't been completing it. I've been pushing down here. I may start working this one, trying to get around and into the Black Eye region. It's really rough because I am concentrating the tunnels in the same area that I'm kind of firing into, which of course means, well, I gotta kind of maybe move this one down this way so that it'll be in the same region. But I don't have any outer wall broken there, and I'm kind of worried about the inner wall situation. It's a rough decision process here. At least I have the bombard left, though, and it didn't blow up. Okay, as we push through turn 20, well, we got a couple of breaches, but overall, not a lot going on there. And as to the walls, or the tunnels, we ended up failing in another tunnel here, this one. Whole thing collapsed, and right now we're left, really, only this one is kind of close. We could start digging more, but they're just failing completely. I've been kind of thinking in the back of my head, maybe that's indicating some counter-mining capabilities as well, because once you get close, those penalties for the whole tunnel being destroyed, those are pretty stiff. Kind of nice for solitaire play, because quite honestly, Acre had too much of this kind of hunt and peck guesswork battleship midway type of game, which is very tense and exciting. But this one is too, if you're playing it not solitaire, in that the Byzantine player just does not know when the tunnels are going to hit. the chances are very low anywhere where the fosse is, because they have to dig under the fosse and under the partition or whatever. Whereas here they're kind of high, but you got your two big guns to start there. Luckily the bombard didn't go this turn, so I'm probably not going to launch an attack next turn. Here we are at turn 23. Time's running out. It only goes 27 turns. It takes at least a couple assaults to succeed, and after one assault the walls might get repaired. Here's the problem. No breaches here. There's one there. I can't do it with one breach, right? I mean, I won't be able to get in and through any of this. I'll only be able to attack through the black eye. I'm not going to penetrate with that. So I don't have the option to go right now, even though I'm kind of close. I could go 1, 2, 3 and break a wall here. But the problem there is I'm succeeding so well here that I don't want to get close to where Grant's likely to be. So I'm going to have to move somewhere else and start digging. There is no, I may move one more hex down, but I can't get any closer than that without risking him discovering me, because he'll call out 3 hexes next to him adjacent to the wall at any point. So I don't think I have time to get anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns, 15 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could barely break a wall if I get incredibly lucky. So I'll start digging there as well, but I don't want to get any closer right now. Let's see if I can bust down some walls. Starting turn 25, and it seems so damn hopeless. I got 2 breaches in the rear wall. I can climb over. I'm close to this. What's my chance? Well, assuming that Johannes doesn't move here, which he may, because that space is in danger, and I've already moved next to it. My tunnel could go. It's +2 on the die roll, which means I need to roll a 3 or less. 50-50 chance of getting under there, assuming Johannes doesn't go there. I still have the bombard, but if I don't assault this turn, if I assault next turn, that gives, assuming it fails, a chance to repair, and then I must assault the final turn if I haven't done it. I almost feel like I have to do it now. I'm going to load this one up. It's a short video, but I think we're going to be spending most of our time on an assault on the next video, and I want to be able to go into some detail on that.